Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. It's great to see a full house, particularly a happy full house. I don't see any pitchforks and torches yet, so we're in good shape, but the night's young. But again, welcome to your city hall. We all appreciate you being here and everything that you do and all that you'll be recognized for tonight. Vice Mayor Guzman, are you ready with your first presentation?
Hi, good evening, everyone, and thank you guys for being here. It is an honor and a privilege to see this house packed. It's great to see everyone smiles. Everybody looks amazing today. Today, we're going to take a moment and recognize the Haitian community. It is Haitian Heritage Month, and it is truly an honor that we could recognize this community. I think for far too long, this community goes unrecognized, and they have such an impact within this community. They do so much, not only culturally, but they do things within the restaurant business. I don't know if you've seen Yardie Spice. Yardie Spice is a really, really great restaurant. They do things with art. They do things in the religious community. They also do a lot of social services. Alpha Floriman has been a pillar for this community. I told him that I wanted to recognize a lot of the people that have shown outstanding dedication to the city of Homestead with the contribution that they continuously put in, day out. So at this moment, I would like to please all of us give a round of applause for the Haitian community. You know, one of the things that myself and this council approved was let's start putting out information so that everyone is included. So we started doing the Inside Homestead show in Spanish, and I said we also need to do it in Creole, but we also want to have that person so that it's a live show. You're seeing the person doing the show, not just captions, so that that community can also connect and engage and understand some of the, all of the things that are going on in Homestead. We want to make sure they're included. There are opportunities, there are grants, there are, just information, and we want to make sure that everybody feels included at all times, and we want to make sure that all communities feel welcome to the city of Homestead because we are a diverse population, and everyone should feel loved and happy to be in this city. So again, we're going to start naming off some names, and we're going to start with the leaders, religious leaders first. I'll go off of this and you give it to them. So please, when I call your name, if you could come up, Father Robs C. Charles. Thank you. Reverend Marcel Baptiste. If you could stay up here, sir. If you could stay up here, we're going to take a picture while we get done. Reverend Joseph F. Dorsaville. Dorsanil. Thank you. Reverend Gabrielle Demonstein. Reverend Gorvy Pierre. Reverend Reginald Joseph. Thank you. Assistant Pastor. Thank you. Assistant Pastor Wislet Jean. Thank you for your service. Father Jean Louis Joseph. Reverend Alpha Floriman, I think his daughters are here. The Floriman family. And Reverend Fanette Joseph. Thank you, man. Thank you. Can we go ahead and take a picture with the leaders first, and then we'll call the rest? Thank you guys so much.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I'm Father Charles, and it's an uplifted moment for us. But this is basically that the name of the Lord be praised, and it's the acknowledgement that we are in the community, and for good, and to support, to pray, to accompany, and low and high. And you can count on us. We are there for you.
Thank you so much. You guys may be seated. Business and education leaders now. Ordelina Darcis, present. Heston Delanis. Fritz Bertz Jean. DeSanilis. DeSanilis. How do you say that name?
Desaline,
Desaline.
the father of the country.
Thank you. Jean Garut. Wilkinson Jean. Rochnell Mark. Thank you. Oh, so you get them both.
Yes, sir.
Marie Carmel Lindley. Clark Pierre. Thank you. Wisberg Pierre. Wilfred M. Presa. Rodriguez Estachi. Penel Seden. Sylvain Chanel. Dr. Susie Richardson Armas. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Jean-Claudel Marchand. We'll take a picture. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's going to say a few words.
I really thank you all the elected officials, for recognizing the Haitian community this afternoon, especially because it is our Haitian Heritage Month. It is not an easy task to have that month being tagged with our name. So we have to thank all the previous Haitian leaders that have worked hard for us to have a month with our heritage name. But I would like you to remember one thing. I would like you to know, as a medical provider, for the past 15 years in this community, I would like you to know about One Health. One Health is a vision that is placed by the CDC to let us know that we need to take care of our environment. Because if we need good health for ourselves, we would like also for the plants and the animals and the environment to be placed in good health as well. So we need to take care of our environments, because there are many changes that are happening around us. And this is the reason why there are so many diseases that are coming. And I would like all of us to know how important our environment is for us and the animals that are being used now as companionship. This is very important that we all understand One Health, because we are all related and we are all living in the same environment, and how important it is to take care of the environment and our animals, as well as taking care of ourselves.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And now we're going to continue with the volunteers. And for the sake of time, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Johnny Adolfi. Johnny Adolfi. Graham Baptiste. Suliana Baptiste. Thank you. Fennel Crescent. Jerlene Lubin. Marie Kernal Mike Michel. Mrs. Floriman. Thank you. Jocelyn Francois Saint Hilaire. Gerald Barute. Barute. Thank you. Thank you. Blanc Marie. Glordia Floriman. Thank you. Yeah, he gets it, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's give it up one more time for the Haitian Community and Haitian Heritage Month. Thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for all you do for the community. We are going to go ahead and proceed with the national anthem at this time, but I'm not going to sing it. If everybody can please rise. Thank you. Now we want to take a moment to also recognize the nurses from Baptist Hospital. Baptist Hospital has been a staple in this community. I know a lot of you can just say, hey, we live near Baptist Hospital, and a lot of people will know exactly where you live. Under the leadership of Ken Spell, who's sitting in the audience today, the CEO of Baptist Hospital, who's also a fellow Rotarian with myself. Thank you, Ken Spell, for what you do for this community. And to the nurses. To the nurses, we basically want to tell you that your work doesn't go unnoticed. We want to tell you that we value you. We understand the circumstances that you work under sometimes isn't always comfortable, yet you still pour your heart into not only the hospital, but also the patients, which is what's most important. I've seen firsthand what the nurses and all the staff do at Homestead Hospital, and I can't be more proud. I know that recently some of us here on council got a backstage look at what goes on day to day, and there is a lot that goes on day to day at Homestead Hospital that I was not aware of, but we're truly proud to have that type of caliber of employees and nurses here in Homestead. And again, we're so proud just to know that we've got you guys here in Homestead. So we want to take a moment to recognize the nurses from Baptist. And the first nurse is Gudelia Rodeas. Gudelia Rodeas? Rodaus. Karen America. Shirley Guimaray. Hilda Salto. Thank you. Robert Garcia. Ana Maria Chavez. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jessica Franjul. Thank you. Robert Garcia. Jennifer Bassa. Nancy Paz. Georgina Wilson, Gloria Gamboa, Paola Gomez, Magali Anderson, Joel Cardenas Gonzalez. Thank you. Lilian de la Rosa Diaz. Candice Ebanks. Marta Gitan. Marisol Piedra. Raidel García. Jessnet Core. Jessnet Core. Nudis Bustamante. Mary Montejo. Maite Álvarez. Patricia López. Fritz Bukiyat. Bokiyakat. Yesenia Mauricio. María de los Ángeles Méndez. Paloma Casimiro. Naides Alfonso. And last but not least, Andrea Jones. Mr. Spell, if you'd please join us up here for a picture. You stand right in the middle. Out of all of these beautiful ladies, they all do exceptional work. There is one that stands out and has been recognized by her peers, and we want to give a special round of applause for the Nurse of the Year, Miss Beverly Johnson. Thank you, nurses, so much. We just want Ken to say a few words, if you would, just really quick.
Sure. Just on behalf of the leadership at Homestead Hospital and our board of directors, we couldn't be more proud of our nurses being recognized here today. Miss Beverly and your Nurse of the Year recognition, and all of our nurses, many of them that were called, that were not with us or working this evening, but we want to express our big thank you to all of you and for what you do each and every day. Thank you all.
Thank you. On behalf of City of Homestead Council, we all appreciate you.
Councilwoman Bailey, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. What an exciting presentation evening. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight. So we recently brought back Family Day Sundays at my house. After quite a few consecutive ones during the pandemic, I kind of let it slip for a bit. But long story short, we are making a list of the different things that we want to do as a family. And racing at the Speedway comes up. And my husband says, you know, how do we get involved with that? I said, I have no idea. The next day, very next day, I am asked if I would do a presentation on an organization that is trying to bring awareness to racing. So we have some models here for you to check out. And we also have a short video.
Easy now, no need to go down. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that run, that is where we're from. Whoop whoop when you run, come around. Cause now you're the talk of the town, yeah. Now you're the talk of the town, yeah. Now you're the talk of the town. Whoop whoop when you run, come around. Whoop whoop when you run, come around. Cause now you're the talk of the town. Whoop whoop when you run, come around. Whoop whoop when you run, come around.
Professional drivers will be here today. If you caught our Friday night show, I tried it at karts while I was in England. And our Clay Ferrero, Clay, apparently you gave it a shot yourself to see if you got what it takes in the karts in Homestead.
Yeah, and if you're watching this at home and you have kids, or maybe you are a kid and you see these drivers out there and you're thinking, how do I get there? Well, you can get there from here in South Florida, and it starts with the karts. But what makes this track such a good training ground for these tracks? We took a trip to Homestead and met up with Ryan Lloyd of T1D Racing to find out.
So in a kart, you're 2 inches off the ground with nothing on you. So, you know, this kart right here could go up to 70 miles an hour if you're driving it correctly.
It sounded great, but I just had to experience it for myself.
You're gonna slide it.
Step 1, altering the kart, since I'm just a little bit taller than the kids who normally drive these. While the kart was getting redone, I went to the experts, the T1D drivers, to learn how it all works. What is the first thing that I need to know when I step in this?
Okay, this is the button to start the engine. You don't want to touch the engine, or especially this. This gets really hot.
We're both champions. I crushed my kids on the Tomorrowland Speedway at Disney.
Oh.
What are some of the most valuable pieces of information that this can give me from this angle?
So it'll show you your hands and how much you're turning or how little you're turning. This tells me what my times are when going around the track.
I should be braking with my heel, right?
If you like just mash it, you're gonna lock the brakes and it's
Okay.
gonna make you spin around.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the time you'll do like 70%.
Mash
So
the
you'll
brakes. So our friends here at T1D told me that you have to be official in order to go out here and do this. I didn't know that they meant official. Official. Look at that. And then off to the track, even if my walk-up needed a little bit of work. Hop into the car, awkwardly but surely, and a little bit of gas. Maybe not that much gas. And we're off. My ride is called a lead follow. Champion T1D racer Colin Lloyd leading the way while I try my best to follow his path and follow his instructions. A couple laps in, spin out number one. To be honest though, that spin out made me feel a bit more comfortable pushing the envelope a little bit. A few laps later, the checkered flag. That was something. Holy cow. Before my second run, I called in another expert. Talon, what can I do better?
One thing that I noticed is try and go on the straightaway more to this side.
With Talon's advice and a little more confidence, it was time for run number 2. It wasn't all smooth sailing, but that second run definitely felt more comfortable, even if my coach did humble me a little bit. I love how Talon just zoomed in front of me and like... Next up, studying the data to find out what went right and what went wrong. What can you tell me about what we just did?
That you definitely need some work.
I fully expected to sit down and have you look at me and say, well, we got up to 15 miles an hour. Finally, some film study with Colin.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah!
Remember your top speed was, I think, 57?
Yep.
And then mine was around 60, 61.
Oh, don't rub it in. It was a great experience, and I learned a lot. And even though my times may not have shown it, I walked away feeling like the real champion. It was a blast. A special shout out to the AMR Motorplex and T1D Racers. We're going to put all of their info up on our website in case you'd like to support the T1D team, or if you'd actually like to head out to the track and test these out for yourself.
So this evening, we have quite a few racing fans in the house, I hear. We also have We Can All Race Foundation. Their founders, Walter Jenkins and Walter Jenkins Jr. So I would like to give them an opportunity to tell you a little more about their organization.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, madam. Colin and Walter did a great job out there, didn't they? They really showed Clay a good time. Come on over here, Colin. So these guys have, I think, Colin, ever since you what age?
I was 10.
Ever since Colin's been 10 and Walter's been 6, these guys have put in weekend after weekend out there trying to learn the art of racing. And in racing, many of you know there's no participation awards. You have to finish first, second, or third, or there's no award. These guys here have both won a lot of awards, and they stand for something that a lot of the racers out there don't, which is diversity, which is what our city stands for, and the need to include everybody. Colin's with T1D. T1D Racers is supported by We Can All Race, as well as our chosen team that we work for here, or work with here in Homestead. And Homestead is the birthplace of a lot of champion drivers. If any of you guys recently watched Formula One that was just here in Miami, the very first American Formula One driver since Mario Andretti, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah. Came from this track, Logan Sargent. He lived in Fort Lauderdale, but he trained here. Nick Sanchez trained here. He's the number one diversity driver in NASCAR right now. So we've got to support what our city has the ability to produce. The medical staff here, thank you guys, as you guys all mentioned earlier, we appreciate you. T1D stands for type 1 diabetes, if you didn't put that together. And it's a safe place for a lot of great drivers to come and represent what they stand for. Walter and the We Can All Race drivers, there's about 34 of them, and they all are some amazing champions with diverse backgrounds. And so we ask that you would do your best to come out and get to know what they do. It's a beautiful thing, and support them, because if you know racing, it's not an inexpensive sport, but it is an exciting sport and a sport that a lot of people can get behind and watch. And our city is built, I think our city owns the track land. Is that a correct statement? And so that means that all of you own that track as well. So if you would, do your best to come out. At We Can All Race is the Instagram. You can follow them there. And at T1D Racers, you can follow them on Instagram. If you would do whatever you can to support them, it would be a blessing. And we'd love to see you guys out on the track as well. These guys will give you the same treatment that they gave our buddy Clay. Ryan, is there anything else you want to add?
Just want to appreciate Homestead because without the facility, there would be no T1D Racers or We Can All Race. So I believe that it's a big give back to the community by being able to have the facility there. Both of us came together, me and Walter, because of our sons and their passion for racing. And we felt like there was too much business going on versus giving back. So that's what we stand for. We stand for trying to make it available for everybody, whatever challenge they may have or not have. And we want to appreciate the city for letting us be there and the facility. So.
And thank you all for your time. And thank you all commissioners and mayors for supporting us. And we look forward to you guys keeping 2 not-for-profit organizations fully supported by your donations. Thank you guys for your recognition today.
There is one last thing. Thank you for that, all that information. It is my pleasure to present probably the coolest looking award we have ever presented at a council presentation for an incredibly cool sport and incredibly cool kids that are making a difference in the world. So thank you for all you do. We look forward to hearing how far you're coming and what else we can do to help support you, okay? Keep up the great work.
Remember Walter Jr.'s name. One day you're going to see him on National Network News hoisting that trophy over his head while the champagne is flying. Homestead's own Walter Jenkins Jr. will be the contender in some form of motorsports someday. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you're doing. Have a good night.
Testing. Oh, we're working. Prior to me kicking off or rounding off my presentations, there was one leader from our Haitian community that we still need to recognize, and I'd like to do that at this time, Vice Mayor, if that is okay. Is Reverend Ernsto Dorsenville here? Come on up. Thank you so much for all that you do in the Homestead community. It's an honor to represent and recognize our Haitian community during Haitian Heritage Month. The strength of Homestead is in our diversity. And if you look at our dais, you see our council reflects the diversity in this community. And it's very important that we protect and preserve that. So thank you so much, Vice Mayor Guzman, for filling the room with the Haitian community. We want you to know that we love you, we value you, and we're so happy that you're here. So on behalf of Vice Mayor Guzman, congratulations and thank you so much for all that you do. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So May is a very special month. May is Haitian Heritage Month. It's a month where we recognize our nurses. Thank you so much for all that you do. It's also a month where we recognize our law enforcement. This week is National Law Enforcement Week. Let's just show our love to our law enforcement officers, our police, who are here today. And in May, it's also the month where we recognize our teachers. And as a teacher, that's right, as a teacher, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the unsung heroes, the freedom fighters of our generation. The teachers are the ones who represent the fulcrum of student achievement, student diversity. It is the teachers who are the ones that lead and advance the tenets of democracy and prosperity. So on tonight, we have some Teachers of the Year from several schools who are here, as well as some teachers who work with our migrant population. It's very important that we never forget about our migrant population because they do incredible work with kids who may not have the means that all of us have. So I wanted to recognize them on today. So if you would please join me. I think I left the names up here. There you go. Right there. Yeah. Thank you. So when I call your name, if you can come up, and the audience, if you can help me love on these teachers, I greatly appreciate it. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't spice this up a little bit with some music, so take it away. Okay. From West Homestead K-8 Center, my elementary alma mater, our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Karen Perez. Are you here? Our Rookie Teacher of the Year from West Homestead K-8 Center, Claude Chianès. Are you here? From Homestead Middle School, my middle school alma mater, Teacher of the Year, Francine Augustin. Congratulations. Rookie Teacher of the Year from Homestead Middle, Perla Galindo. Congratulations. From Homestead Senior High, again, my alma mater, Teacher of the Year, Marjante Piñol. Oh, there's that fan club. I love it. And the Rookie Teacher of the Year from Homestead Senior High, Farrell Gonzalez Miriam. And that song is simply the best if you haven't figured it out, because they are. From Math at Homestead, Rookie Teacher of the Year, Anthony Velasquez. From Laura C. Saunders Elementary, Teacher of the Year, Dr. Catherine McCabe. Congratulations. Rookie Teacher of the Year, my live sister, Erica Green. From Somerset, Soho, our Teacher of the Year, Corely Rubiera. Teacher of the Year, Adeline Zelaya. From Southgate Senior High, Teacher of the Year, Sean Waring. From Neva King Cooper, Teacher of the Year, Florencia Precorari. And Rookie Teacher of the Year, Agnes Dano Campos. Congratulations. From our Title I Migrant Program, amazing educators. I see the work that you do it throughout our community. Rachel Salinas Bueno. Alfredo Trejo. And Beatriz Vidales. Is she here? She's not here? Well, we'll accept that on her behalf. Let's give another round of applause to our teacher. profession that makes all other professions happen. These are the ones who are educating our kids, our teachers of the year. You don't get paid enough for what you do. You don't get the recognition that you deserve every single day. But on today, in the city of Homestead, we are recognizing you for the work that you do with your heart, your mind, and your hands. Congratulations. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Stay here, stay here, stay here. I also have, and they could please stand, you know, support and leadership has to be visible. And we have some leaders here who lead these teachers. They are here. If you would please stand, administrative directors, South Region Office, principals here, you are assistant principals here. Thank you so much. Leadership, Principal Timothy Cooper should be visible. Thank you so much, administrators, for being here to support your teachers. Thank you so much, and let's take a photo. Our last presentation for this evening. I am honored to recognize some mothers. On this past Sunday, we celebrated Mother's Day, and we loved on the mom and the mother figures in our lives. And you know, Mother's Day is kind of bittersweet for some of us. Me, I'm a motherless child. My mom isn't here. She's no longer here. But in full transparency, I never thought I'd become a mom. I struggled with infertility, miscarriages, and it was a sermon that I heard in church that allowed me to keep pressing forward, that my time was coming. I just had to fully surrender it. And it was in that surrender that next month I became pregnant. So Kaylin Christina is now 3 years old. She was born during the pandemic. 5 days after the entire country had shut down, I had given birth to Kaylin Christina. So you can imagine, new mom, had a baby during the pandemic. I had no help because no one would come around. So I suffered postpartum depression. It hit me hard. And I'm sharing this because years ago I would never say this, but I've learned that your story and your testimony can empower, inspire somebody else. That's why I'm sharing this. Because many women struggle with infertility. Many women suffer postpartum depression. I said, this is the baby I prayed for. Why am I so depressed? So we don't talk about these things enough. So I value being a mother. It is the hardest job I'll ever have, but the most rewarding. So I have some women here today. This first group, their organization, she gave birth to it during the pandemic. It's the Virtual Moms Collective. Denise Castro on your board, are you here? Come on up, come on up. Let's give them a round of applause. Denise Castro is the president and founder of the Virtual Moms Collective. And they are here putting in the work to support mompreneurs who are leading businesses with resources, grants, support. They are out here killing it for moms. So I wanted to bring them here on this evening to allow them to share the work that they do, but more importantly, recognizing the value of supporting other women who are moms, who are hardworking moms, and providing that support throughout our community. So Denise Castro, if you would please just talk a little bit about what Virtual Mom Collective is.
That's a lot. First of all, thank you so much for this honor, Patricia. I feel like we've only known each other, via social media, but our stories are so singular and very similar. So I wanted to thank you. Thank you, Vice Mayor, Mayor, everybody here. So Virtual Mom Collective was born during the pandemic. I read a really jarring statistic that 46% of the working mom wasn't returning to the workforce. And it took a pandemic to really put the lens on the workload that we do behind the scenes to raise a family and also have a career, myself included. I'm a contractor. I build things. And my hardest hat, I wear a hard hat every day. My hardest hat is motherhood. And it shouldn't be that way. Mothers should feel supported. Women should feel supported. If we want to have a career and we want to start a family, that should go side by side. We shouldn't have to sacrifice our dreams. We shouldn't have to sacrifice our finances. We shouldn't have to make any sort of sacrifice. We are birthing the future taxpayers of this country. That demands respect. So thank you so much for this honor. Thank you for everybody, to our teachers, for everybody who's here. You guys support us back. You're the ones that fuel our stories. Our stance here at Virtual Mom Collective, these are two of my board members, is when the baby is born, the mother is born too. And that journey is very important to document, to showcase, and to honor. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the City of Homestead, we thank you so much for your work. And if anyone wants more information, can you share your information, your social media information, and your website?
Yes, you can find me on Virtual Mom Collective Instagram, and it's www.virtualmomcollective.com. And we're hiring, so please. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing it. As moms, we birth nations from our womb, This next group of moms, the child that they birth is no longer here. They're no longer here because of senseless gun violence. And the death of their child was the birth of something else, a birth of a purpose, a birth of sharing their story throughout the community so that they can shine the light on senseless gun violence. So I'm sure your Mother's Day isn't always pleasant because you have to think about your child that's no longer here. And I can't even imagine not having Kayla and Christina. And I know you can't imagine. It's still probably a nightmare for you. So on today, I would like to give you the flowers that your children couldn't give you for Mother's Day. So when I call your name, you can come up and allow me to do the honors. Miss Regina Talibert.
Driving force in my life.
Tracy Brown.
Yeah. There isn't anything or anyone that I could be, and it just wouldn't feel right. And if I didn't have you by my side,
Dorothy Williams.
You were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me.
Ramanya Duke.
And no one else can be what you have been to me. You will always be. You will always be the girl in my life for all time. Mama, Mama, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. Yes, it is. Mama, I just want you to know. Loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That you're supported in this.
Yes, it is.
If there's anything that
Yes,
we
it
can do
is.
to support you
Yes,
in
it
the work that you
is.
do, know that we're here.
You're always
We're
there for
not,
me, have always been
we're
around
not
for
angel
me.
moms,
Even
as
when
you
I
call
was
yourself.
there.
We don't know your story. We don't know your journey. But we can share in that journey. Share your pain. You're women, you're leading these nonprofits. You're supporting other moms throughout this community. And we just want to love on you and let you know that we support you. And our hearts, our hands, our doors will forever remain open to you should you need us. If any one of you would like to share, you can do so at this time.
Good evening. It's not easy. I really don't. It's not easy for us mothers to get out here and do what we do after losing our loved ones to gun violence. But I said it's our passion to do what we do. We lean on each other, no matter where we at, near or far. The love we have for each other give us the strength to do what we do today. You will never, if you never lost a child, you will never understand. But we get our strength from God. God give us strength each day when we don't want to wake up and get up. But we get up and save a life. So mothers and fathers won't have to go through what we're going through. But I can tell you this, these strong women here, take a look at it. Ain't nothing like it. We may have our ups and downs, but ladies, I love y'all to the bottom of my heart. This is what it's about, coming to a community, making a difference, even through our pain. Thank you for honoring us mothers, councilmen.
Loving you is like food to my soul. Oh, yeah. You are the food to my soul. Yes, you are.
And that concludes our presentation ceremony for this evening. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman Faircloth Saggers. And with that, we'll simply say thank you again. Thank you for being here and for everything you all do in your own special way to make our community a hometown and very unique and special. So we have to adjourn a meeting in a few minutes, but please stay and congregate out in our lobby. Greet your friends, talk amongst yourselves, stay as long as you'd like. We'll adjourn our meeting here at about 7 o'clock. Thank you all. Good night. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to call the City of Homestead City Council meeting to order. Today is Wednesday, May 17th, 2023, and it is now 7:06 p.m. We'll have the invocation tonight by Bishop Irene Harris, pastor of the Greater St. Matthew's Holiness Church, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilman Roth and the Homestead Police Explorers. Bishop Harris, are you here? Everyone, please rise.
Dear O Heavenly Father, we want to once again thank you for this day. For truly this is the day that the Lord has made, and we are to rejoice and to be glad therein. We come before you as humble as we know how, giving you praise, glory, and honor. We ask that you keep us in perfect peace, whose mind stayeth on thee. For we do know that all things do work for the good of them who love you and who are called according to your purpose. So we pray on tonight that the favor of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be among each and every one of us. We pray, Lord God, that everything that we do it in humbleness of heart. For we realize that all things will work for the good of them that love you, who are called according to their purpose. And so we thank you tonight for this meeting. We thank you for the presentation that have went forth on today. We thank you for every decision that will be made. And we ask you, Lord God, to continue to protect, Lord God, each and every one of us. We thank you for our great city, and we know that it is none other than the greatest. And so we pray right now for the councilwoman, councilman. We pray for our mayor and our vice mayor. We pray for our police department. And we ask you, Lord God, to allow them to work together. Let them work in humbleness of heart. And let the decision that they make be made for the good of this city, this great city. We love you, we acknowledge you, and we thank you in all things. In Jesus, our Lord and Savior's name. And the people of God, the people everywhere, say amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers. Here. Councilman Fletcher.
Here.
Councilwoman Avila.
Here.
Councilwoman Bailey. Here. Councilman Roth.
Here.
Vice Mayor Guzman.
Here.
Mayor Lawson.
Here. All right. Thank you all. Before we get started, I don't want our presenters and Mr. Arza to feel like they've just won the Kentucky Derby, so maybe we can take the roses off of the podium. Thanks. Okay, We're going to reach the public comment section of our agenda. Vice Mayor Guzman has asked if there are no objections. He had someone here to do a presentation under our council business regarding pickleball. So, Vice Mayor, if you'd like to introduce your guest, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I have pickleball under my business, and to respect the time, I'd like for Mrs. Lily Azell to please come up and give us a quick presentation about pickleball and all of the amazing impacts it's having around this country. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I certainly appreciate the time to come before you all and this exception to speak to you all before this. My name is Lily Azell. I'm the USA Pickleball Ambassador for Miami-Dade County. And the USA Pickleball is the governing organization of our sport nationally. I'm here before you because I so believe in this and what pickleball has done for community, and the excitement that it brings, and the fact that it's an intergenerational sport. It brings the young, the old together. And I learned this sport in Big Sky, Montana, where I live part of the year, in 2015. I came to Miami, where I live the other part of the year, and I couldn't find anywhere to play. I had to travel, talk about taking an hour, almost 2 hours to get here today, because I live in Miami. So I was going in the other direction for 2 years. And I said, there has to be something. We need to find something, because this sport is, it really is a very social sport, but it also is unbelievable for community. And so I felt so strongly about it that I became an ambassador for the sport and have really spoken across different, and by the way, this building is gorgeous. I commend you all, but I've spoken in front of various council meetings. I was just in the city of Hialeah last week, and so I'm before you just to let you know, Miami-Dade County was probably one of the last counties to adopt this in our state of Florida, which is shocking to me. We have the pickleball capital of the world just 2 hours away, where I used to travel to play. But the reason I do it is because of what the friends I have made, the help that it brings together, the young, the old, the kids that have brought community. But what is really important is what it does, because you bring community together, but the economic impact that the sport has having across the nation. And Miami-Dade County, as I said, has been slowed to adopt. We obviously have a real big issue with real estate on the east side of town. Commissioner Cohen Higgins, District 8, truly believes in what is happening with pickleball, and she went to visit the US Open a couple of weeks ago. I was there and I met her there, and she put forth a feasibility study to construct a pickleball facility. That's going to take several years, but I think in the interim, I think it's important to bring it to your children, to your families, and I just would like to share this video with you just to give you an idea, a little bit of what's going on in pickleball and the benefits of that.
Pickleball being one of the most popular sports in the U.S., you might be wondering how you play the sport. Well, I'm going to break it down for you. The equipment needed is a pickleball paddle and a pickleball ball, and then you need to find yourself a pickleball court to play on.
Pickleball was actually invented for kids, believe it or not. But as you can see, a lot of times when you hear the name pickleball, people automatically associate with older people. But that's not the case, because a lot of young people like myself play pickleball all the time. And we want to make sure we debunk that theory today. And as you can clearly see, even behind me, there are young people playing. So the game is not just for the older people, but the young people as well.
What? On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro, I know, you know, I go psycho when my new joint hit. Just can't sit, gotta get jiggy with it. That's it, now honey, come ride.
Pickleball has helped Homestead
It brings people together. Organizations like Salvation Army, Chapman Partnerships have raised funds and brought awareness.
Looking for ways to grow sports tourism here in the community, and I thought, well, this might be a great opportunity for us to really get in kind of on the ground floor of what sounds like a real growing sport. We said, we're going to take a chance here. This was a great idea. Our next stop after talking to Chris and Terry and Jim was we took it to the county commission.
My name is Donna Fiala, and you know, there was a day that some people called and asked if they could come into my office. They said they had this great idea about pickleball. What in the heck was a pickleball? They said, why don't you come down and watch? So I went down to the park, and there were about 100 people playing down there. So I thought it was fascinating, and they were talking about having some tournaments here, and I said, fine, you know, we're going to assist you in any way we can.
And it really has now become not just one event, but multiple events leading up to the US Open Championship, and now the year-round academy bringing people literally from all over the world to learn about this sport has put real credence to the fact that we are the pickleball capital of the world.
I hope you're coming back soon. You're coming back soon. Take me to another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land, magical, magical land. To another place where the fairy tales don't end. Magical, magical land, magical, magical land, magical, magical land. Magical, magical land. Magical, magical land.
And with that being said, this sport has just unbelievable things for community. And I really welcome you all. I would love to give you all a little bit of a lesson. We can get some paddles someday and kind of dink a little bit just to get you out there. It's a lot of fun. It's addictive, and anybody that starts playing the sport will do that. But I'm a resource to you all, to this panel. The USA Pickleball stands behind communities that adopt this because it is really transforms communities. And thank you for your time.
Well, thank you, and I think I want to confirm, I think we are, as I say, even as we speak, converting a couple of our existing tennis courts to use for pickleball. Was that correct?
You're correct, Mary. J.D. Red Park, we're going to be striping a couple of the courts already for pickleball. And I want to remind all of council as well, with the new sports complex, I believe we have about 10 pickleball courts in the plans to be constructed as well.
So 10 dedicated pickleball courts, is that, did I understand that right? I'm sorry. 10 dedicated pickleball courts?
Yes, ma'am.
For
Okay,
the park to be
wonderful.
under construction, yes.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that's wonderful.
That will be a perfect tournament venue in the future.
Well, yeah, definitely minimum of 24 courts would definitely be required to bring regional players here. So that's a good step. So thank you very much.
Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
How many courts can you convert from a tennis court to pickleball?
You can, if with the right size tennis court, you can get 4 pickleball courts in a tennis court. So in essence, if you have 2 tennis courts with right spacing, really ample space, you can get 6 dedicated pickleball courts.
I really like the idea of tournaments. I think that does drive a lot of, it's an economic driver down here. So if I may ask staff, how many of the tennis courts in JD Red are we converting? How many courts are out there, and how many are we converting?
So we'll be striping for 4 courts at JD Red, and that will be blended lines, so it will still be available for tennis, and we'll be doing the same thing at Audubon Park as well, 2 courts. There, we've also programmed into the CIP for next year, pending budget hearings, some dedicated, I believe, is it 2 or 3 dedicated courts at Harris Field, and then the future plans for the sports complex as well.
So, Mrs. L, thank you. How do you get on the circuit for a tournament? What are you supposed to do? What is a city supposed to do to position themselves to have, a league or get involved in a tournament?
Well, there is a website called pickleballtournaments.com, and that is where all of the tournaments that happen in the country, pretty much every state and in the world, that go on there, and they advertise these tournaments. Now, there's certain things, there are sanctioned tournaments by the USA Pickleball, which are a little more difficult to obtain. That's where some of the requirements of 24 courts are dedicated 24 courts. They do allow some striping, but it is an issue from that standpoint. So you pretty much get on the site and you have tournament directors, your community. You have a community here that has exploded in Miami-Dade County. So we have another ambassador here from Miami Beach. And we as a community, you have players here in Homestead, will help bring the word out to your critical mass of players in your community. But the beautiful thing that Homestead has is that you're located in a destination, you have access to destination. And what has happened is that, for example, there's 15 Royal Caribbean cruise ships that have pickleball courts. What's happening in Miami Beach is people fly in a couple of days before, they go to the local courts, they're inundated, and my colleague will tell you in Miami Beach, it's a real problem. You've got 60 players using 6 courts because these tourists come in and they want to go play pickleball before they get on a cruise ship. So I think the beauty of where you all are in Homestead is you've got Key Largo, you've got the Keys, you've got a great location where I think you can hold a tournament, but people come in for a destination. I spent 7 days in Naples, and I spend 7 days in Naples every single year in April where the US Open gets played. It's the biggest party in pickleball. Now, I stay in an Airbnb, I eat out, I go to all of the zoo and the botanicals and whatever else we do. So there's a lot of economic impact. The US Open, just one tournament, is probably bringing in close to $15 million this year alone, and that's one tournament. There is the Naples Academy, which is where they teach people. They come from all over the world, and they come in, and there's 400 to 500 players playing on 65 courts in one location. And just like that location, we've got Punta Gorda, we've got Daytona, we've got so many other places. So there is the ability, I think, to capitalize on your location where you're at, but also bringing all these benefits to your businesses, your local businesses.
I would love if you can share with me some of the cities that this is happening at, and I'd love to talk to some of the council members, like for example in Naples, to see, how it's impacting their city, and then if we have potential to have that sort of impact, I'd like to work with staff, if it's okay with this council, to see if maybe we can position ourselves to have a pickleball tournament to set ourselves up for that.
Well, and I appreciate that. One of the things that and Commissioner Cohen-Higgins went out to actually take a look for herself, because she says, I don't want, my Parks Department to tell me what they think, I want to see. And she went out there to understand. And one of the things that the founding members, which is Terry Graham, these two ladies who started the US Open 7 years ago, told her, he says, whatever you do, if you think you're going to need 40 courts, you build twice that amount. If you think you're going to build 20 courts, you build 40 courts, and you build them all in one location. And the reason for that is because this is a very social sport. It's a family sport. There's amateurs that pay hundreds of dollars to participate, but everybody wants to be in the same location. Everybody loves the energy, bringing families, kids. You've got a 7-year-old playing with their father in a tournament. That's the energy that bringing people together in one location will bring.
Thank you so much for that presentation and that explanation. We look forward to bringing pickleball to make it a world-class sport here in Homestead.
I thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the invitation. Yeah. And again, there's an open, we can go out there and play some pickleball. I know Ernie's got some paddles, so thank you.
Thank you. Well, and to staff in that regard, as we tweak and we finalize our plans for the Homestead Sports Complex, we know there are resources out there in terms of tournament promoters and the association that could perhaps give us some good advice as to how to even to orient and reconfigure and place those courts that are already programmed into that plan. So I think this was very timely. And thank you for coming down and waiting for our meeting tonight. We appreciate your visit. All right, I'm going to first, as we're still in the public comment section of the agenda, I'll go first to those who clocked in. Is Melinda Washington present? Melinda? Come on down to the microphone. We're going to limit comments tonight to 2 minutes to start with. We may need to reduce that later.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Melinda Washington. I work in the community. I'm with public health. Right now, we are doing registration for sports, and we made a very healthy and exciting addition to our sports program for the summer. Actually this week, and we implemented what I believe was, if anyone heard of shelves, the show Shelf, it shows different kinds of ingredients, and you have to prepare the ingredients for what was shown. And our participants was excited. We had, if I'm not mistaken, Pizza Hut, Checkers, some of the home health, home rehabilitation centers come out to judge the recipes, and we were excited because we received some funding with the college for continued education for the participants, and with about 70 participants, we average about $25 extra from each participant to actually participate in summer camp. That's all day, about $124 all day, normally for each group, and so we are prepared for the summer.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Appreciate that. Okay, let's get Mr. Kraft a microphone. He's next on my list.
Good evening, everybody. I finally got the mic. I know that you 7, you love Flanagan's. That's correct, right? And now when it has been established that Flanagan's restaurants will be a tenant at the urban-related project for Homestead's old City Hall on Campbell and US 1. Therefore, we the people, we would like to know the following. A confirmed date for a final workshop for the old City Hall lot. Second, a confirmed date for a final voting for the related urban development project on the old city lot. That should be possible, that we could have those 2 dates. That was basically it.
It's my understanding that we have tentatively set a date for June 6th. Is that correct?
You are correct, Mayor, but I'm trying to make sure that we can convene the full council. Right now, I don't believe we have everybody's okay at this point. I have been talking to Mr. Milo at Urban Related, and he's aware of the date. He's okay with it. He just wants definitely a 1-week notice prior to ensure that he could be there. But once again, depending on council availability is going to determine if we go with that date or not.
Very good. So that would be, assuming that's the date, that would be for the first public consideration of the new offer. Depending upon what's determined there, that will determine a future closing date. As you'll recall, actual closing dates were dependent upon many conditions being met. As I understand it, that really hasn't changed. So just because, let's say hypothetically, we were to adopt and approve an agreement, an actual closing of that agreement could be months and months into the future. That's something we just can't begin to speculate on right now. Okay. Our next speaker, registered speaker, is Dr. Toshiba Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell, I know I saw you here earlier. Good evening. Come on down.
And for the sake of time, because I don't want to waste time trying to remember everything. So we would be remiss today with all of the beautiful celebrations that we've had thus far. Am I too close? All of the beautiful celebrations that we had thus far to forget our Military Appreciation Month. I really appreciate everything that you all are doing as a council to celebrate and recognize our military. And I wanted to make the community aware of our Military Appreciation Day on Saturday and invite them out to join us. So I thank you for the opportunity to stand before you today. I am a military veteran. I'm Dr. Toshiba Mitchell. I'm an educator, a wife, a mom, and a woman of faith. After lots of prayer and consideration throughout, conversations throughout our community, I am honored to announce my candidacy for Homestead Oasis Seat 6. My passion for serving our community is deeply rooted in my desire to make a meaningful difference in the lives of the people who call Homestead home. And you see some of my family members and community members are here to support me. Yes. And again, I've spent many years serving our country with honor and dedication, and I've been fortunate enough to gain a diverse skill set from my time in the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force, where I served in hospital administration, security forces, and education units. This experience has equipped me to understand the importance of teamwork, strategic planning, and effective communication. As a candidate for Homestead Council Seat 6, I am guided by the principle of servant leadership. Mark 10:45 reminds us that for even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And it is in this spirit that I'm committed to putting the needs of our community first. I humbly ask for your support, your prayers, and the opportunity to work alongside you as the next councilwoman for Homestead Oasis Seat 6. Together, we can build a smart, brighter future for our community and ensure the love and strength of Homestead are felt by every resident. Thank you for your time tonight, and God bless the city of Homestead, and God bless each one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any further public comments? Anyone here wishing to make a general public comment on any issue? None appearing, I will gladly close, and thankfully earlier close than we have in several months, the public comments section of the agenda. Not that we don't love to hear from you. But, all right. Are there any additions, deletions, or deferrals, Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. We have two, tab 11, car number 3897, PH 202297, site plan amendment for Adrian Builders at North Canal Drive, and tab 12, car number 3898, PH 202298, tentative plat for Adrian Builders at North Canal Drive. The applicant's attorneys have requested a deferral to a date certain of June 21st, which is the next council meeting next month.
Do we need a motion to defer, Mr. Attorney? Or do we have a motion to defer tabs 11 and 12? Yes, Mr. White.
There's one additional item as well. Tab 13, car number 3902. The applicant has requested a deferral of that item as well. And that would be to the June 21st council meeting.
Thank you. So tabs 11, 12, and 13, do we have a motion to defer each one of those items to the date certain? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers. Any further discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you, Mr. Manager. That takes us to agenda item number 5, the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Moved by Councilman Ross, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Woman Fairclough Staggers.
I'm sorry, we didn't need a roll call.
Councilwoman
All in
Bailey?
favor? Aye. I'm sorry. Didn't need a roll call on that one. All right, Mr. White.
Yes, Mayor, it's tab 6. It's the quasi-judicial section of the agenda. Please be advised the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. If you wish to comment upon any of these items, please indicate the item number you would like to address when the announcement regarding the quasi-judicial item is made. An opportunity for persons to speak on each item will be made available after the applicant and staff have made their presentation on each item. Swearing in. All testimony, including public testimony and evidence, will be made under oath or affirmation. Additionally, each person who gives testimony may be subject to cross-examination. If you do not wish to either be cross-examined or sworn, your testimony will be given its due weight. The general public will not be permitted to cross-examine witnesses, but the public may request the council to ask questions of staff or witnesses on their behalf. The full agenda packet on each item is hereby entered into the record. Persons representing organizations must present evidence of their authority to speak for the organization. Further details of the quasi-judicial procedures may be obtained from the clerk. In accordance with Code Section 2-590, any lobbyist must register before addressing the council on any of the following items. At this time, council members must disclose any ex parte communications concerning any items on the quasi-judicial agenda this evening.
Disclosure. Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers.
Yes. Tab 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14.
Thank you. Councilman Fletcher.
Same.
Same. Vice Mayor.
All remaining items.
Same here. All remaining items on a quasi-judicial nature.
The same for me.
Same here, thank you.
Me as well.
Thank you, Mr. White.
At this time, I'd ask anyone in the audience who's wishing to speak on any of the following items this evening to please stand, raise your right hand to be sworn by the clerk.
Do you hereby swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God? Thank you. You may be seated.
Mayor, Council, tabs 6, 7, 8, and 9 all pertain to the same project. You have tab 6 is a special exception approval, tab 7 is a special exception approval, tab 8 is a corresponding site plan, and tab 9 is a tentative plat. I could introduce each one of those items. You could collectively have a presentation, discussion, public hearing, and take a separate vote on each one of those items.
Let's proceed in that fashion. Thank you, James.
Tab 6 is a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving a special exception requested by Doug LLC for the development of a 109,000 square foot self-storage facility on an approximately 2.35 acre parcel of land within the Homestead Park of Commerce, generally located north of Alex Muxo Jr. Boulevard, west of Park of Commerce Boulevard, and east of Southwest 152nd Avenue, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date. Tab 7 is a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving a special exception requested by Doug LLC for the development of a 5,700 square foot restaurant building on an approximately 1.9 acre parcel of land located within the Park of Commerce, generally located north of Alex Muxo Jr. Boulevard, west of Park of Commerce Boulevard, east of 152nd Avenue, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date. Tab 8 is a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, granting site plan approval as requested by Doug LLC for the development of a 109,000 square foot self-storage facility, 2 separate warehouse facilities, each consisting of 89,000 square feet, an 87,577 square foot office building, and a 5,700 square foot restaurant building on an approximately 18.9 acre site located within the Park of Commerce, generally north of Alex Muxo Jr. Boulevard, west of Park of Commerce Boulevard, east of 152nd Avenue, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date. And finally, tab 9 is a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, granting tentative plat approval as requested by Doug LLC for the development of a 109,000 square foot self-storage facility, two separate warehouse facilities, each consisting of 89,000 square feet, a 87,577 square foot office building, and a 5,700 square foot restaurant building on an approximately 18.9 acre parcel of land within the Park of Commerce, generally located north of Alex Muxo Jr. Boulevard, west of Park of Commerce Boulevard, east of Southwest 152nd Avenue, is legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Mr. Cordino.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Again, this item really consists of 4 items, 2 special exceptions, one for the self-storage facility, one for the restaurant, a site plan for the entire facility, all 4 things, and a tentative plat. And so just as background, the property is zoned planned unit development. It's got a future land use map designation of planned regional activity center, and they both support one another. It's also in the Villages of Homestead Development of Regional Impact, the DRI. According to the comprehensive plan, the planned regional activity center is a flexible, it's a mixed-use designation that's available within the DRIs in the city, and it can include a mixture of different land use designations defined in the appropriate development orders that they are included in. The site plan consists of a 50-foot berm serving as a buffer along 152nd Avenue, a 50-foot wide green area with lighted pedestrian walking path along the perimeter of the lake from Kingman Road to the Park of Commerce Boulevard, and internal private driveways for access maneuverability within the site. The project buildings all meet the city code design standards by incorporating architectural elements, facade treatments such as parapets, decorative features, ornamental details, sleek, modernized design while forming an edge presence along the surrounding roadways. All these buildings are compatible with and are complementary in scale, materials, and colors. The proposed special exceptions for self-storage and the restaurant were reviewed for consistency with the city code, chapter 30-45D, special exception permits, and for compatibility with the surrounding properties, traffic, comprehensive plan, compliance with code, design, timing, pattern of development. So we are recommending approval of the special exceptions for both the self-storage facility and the restaurant use. We're recommending approval of the tentative plat, and we're recommending approval with conditions of the site plan. The conditions include, number 1, prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy, the applicant, in coordination with Miami-Dade County, shall implement a signal optimization required at the intersection of 152nd Avenue and 328th Street pursuant to the results of the traffic study provided by the applicant. And for number 2, prior to application for a building permit, the applicant shall finalize the location and placement of the trash and recycling compactors for tracks A, B, and D. The application needs to be made to the Planning Department for solid waste review and approval. So with that, we're recommending approval of all 4 of the applications. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cordino. Mr. Arza, do you want me to bring the flowers back? Do you want to
was
put the roses,
insulted.
drape the roses around your neck?
I was looking forward to being in front of the flowers, but Hugo Arza, 701 Brickell Avenue, representing the applicant this evening. Thank you all for your time. Thank you to Mr. Cordino and his team for their recommendations of approval. We've had the opportunity, I believe, in conjunction with the developers to speak or meet with all of you, either myself or the development team in general. We've got a short presentation. I think the theme of the night is to get out of here quickly. The Heat game starts in about an hour, so I'm only going to take a couple of minutes of that time if we can pull up the presentation. So again, as I told many of you, I'm hoping to get rid of my PTSD by finally getting something that I believe is going to be approved and buildable and not appealed on this site. I've been with this site for many, many years, but I think what we have before you today is terrific. This is a 19-acre parcel. I figured we'd call it the Park of Commerce project. It is located within the Park of Commerce, and you can see here exactly the location. The Park of Commerce, of course, is a larger area. This site is on the west side, and I think that's important because it is closer to the residential, and I think that some of the uses that you've heard that we're proposing, whether it's the restaurant or office or some of those uses, are very complementary, as well as having some of the more traditional, light industrial uses you would expect in Park of Commerce. This is a good site to have a mix of those. Property is currently vacant, as you can see. As Mr. Cordino noted, you've got the same land use and zoning designation and classifications that you have throughout the DRI, which allows for implementation of the various goals and objectives of the DRI. And in particular here, we also, of course, have the additional Park of Commerce regulations that we meet in their entirety. And of course, that's part of why we have the support of, the staff's recommendation of approval. Again, some information about the Park of Commerce, some of the recent changes and amendments to it. And I think the third bullet point here, the site being envisioned as a light manufacturing, light assembly, office, distribution center. Again, some of the lighter uses. You never wanted the Park of Commerce to be heavy industrial uses. It needed to be compatible with the residents in the area. We think we meet that goal by adding also some of those other uses that we've talked about. Your application request, straightforward. You got a T-plat, you got a site plan. Those always go hand in hand. And you have two special exceptions, one for the self-storage facility, which is on approximately 2 acres of the 19 acres, so it is modest in size, and a special exception to allow a restaurant. And the reason for the last two requests, the special exception request specifically, is because this board unanimously approved back in late 2020 to allow additional permitted uses in the Park of Commerce to include self-storage facilities, again, which could not exceed 10 acres, and we're well under that. Restaurant uses and gas stations. This particular site doesn't have the gas station. It does have the other two uses. So in order to implement those uses, we do need to file for the special exceptions. We have filed for them. They were part of the review, and we have a recommendation of approval. Here's the proposed site plan, and again, working from sort of north to south, from the self-storage to the first of the light industrial warehouse-type buildings, and then in the closest to the left there, sort of running parallel, is the office building. And then the second large building closer to Park of Commerce Boulevard is also a light industrial warehouse-type building. And then at the far southern corner, closest to the lake, you have the proposed restaurant. I think the development team is anxious to get through tonight, get into permitting, and really go out there and try and make these uses a reality. And we talk with all of you about the challenges in the market today, but they're committed to this project and to this marketplace. And we welcome any leads you want to send our way. If folks, especially restaurants, you all seem to hear before we do sometimes, people who want to open restaurants, please do let us know. I mean, it could be a real unique location for one. And again, just some of the square footages. It's not all going to get built at once. I think we can reasonably anticipate that, but you get a sense of the scale of the project. But again, we meet all requirements. We meet all setbacks. The green buffer that you see on the left is a 50-foot buffer that's required by the Park of Commerce regulations to separate us a little bit more from Kingman, and then obviously to the west from some of the residential, and we honor that buffer. We want to be good neighbors. And then probably the best part of all of this, just some of the renderings, and I'll just go through the different kinds of buildings, warehouse buildings, the self-storage building, just really trying to make it fit in an area that has a lot of residential. I mean, you don't want it to look entirely like, a closed-off warehouse with no windows. That wouldn't fit this community. And so here you see some more of the renderings. This is the rendering for the office building, which is a really, really neat building. And then finally, rendering for what we're proposing for a restaurant on the southern corner, which again, you can kind of see how it's designed. The hopes of finding someone that wants to take advantage of the 6 months or 7 months of the year you can sit outside to eat, but open air to the left there, and just generally, a place that we hope becomes a place for the community. The special exception requests again contain certain special criteria that you must meet. It's not enough to just say you want this use. You've got to go through it. We meet all of them. I'm not going to read this, but you get the sense. Compatibility with the different properties, that the traffic is not disproportionate to the area, that it's consistent with the comp plan and with the code, and then the design, that it integrates and fits in with the community. And I think we do absolutely meet all of that criteria, and staff agrees. Along with any site plan comes a T-plat, the technical aspect of any site plan. A lot of really technical data, and of course your surveyors have reviewed everything and have given it their blessing, and we are dividing it into the various tracks for each of the uses. And then the city benefits, which really you all know from any good project, but I think in this case it's location, it's the mix of uses, it's the potential to bring some uses that this part of the city hasn't had previously. whether it's, jobs and places for folks to open up their business in a light warehouse and a warehouse-type facility, or if, that office building can get enough interest from folks that don't want to work behind their, kitchen table anymore and maybe want to get back into the offices and, the markets evolve. But we're excited to give it a run. So that is it. We spoke with many of you. I think I tried to hit on some of the questions that I got previously, but I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, and otherwise we would respectfully ask for your support for all 4 items this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arza. Council, questions, comments? Councilwoman Avila.
Thank you, Mayor. I didn't notice American flags.
Oh, yes. I will ensure that there will be an American flag, Councilwoman Avila. I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't have it on the site plan. This one got away from me, but
All right.
we'll include it, of course.
Thank you very much. Other than that, I think that it's a beautiful project. I welcome the restaurant in that part of town. I think it's a beautiful complement to the overall area, and I look forward to hearing the comments of my colleagues on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Arza, great presentation. I think this project is extremely well thought out. I think this project solves problems for the city of Homestead. We've been wanting Class A style warehouses for a very long time, and it's taken us about 30 years in order to get that Park of Commerce with the momentum that it's got. So I am going to support this project. We need restaurants. I think the self-storage serves a great purpose with the number of units that are out there and also coming online. So I just think it's extremely well thought out, and it's going to do a good purpose for the city of Homestead. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilman Fletcher.
Yes, thank you. I had the opportunity to meet with the applicants here a couple days ago. Very excited about the opportunities that this is going to provide for District 2 and the city of Homestead, overall. One thing I didn't ask, and I think you just need to think about your architectural designs. Once again, we're trying to up the standards here in Homestead. The gray, white, brown, my typical spiel.
I don't think
very
we're wedded
bland.
to the color palette. I'm sure we can work with you on that.
Overall, I think it's a great project. The applicant has been involved in the city of Homestead for many, many years, and he made a statement that it's Homestead's time. When we had that discussion, and I took that to heart because it's taken us a long time to move this Park of Commerce forward, and we're finally doing it, and we've started that here, 3 years ago. So that's it, and I look forward to supporting this application.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
Anyone to my right? Councilman Roth.
Thank you. Great presentation as always.
Thank you.
And I didn't hear it brought up yet, but as we talked about in our meeting, the attraction for the restaurant, to make it rooftop dining there too.
Oh, I know. Well, you gave us that suggestion a couple days ago, so we weren't able to. We couldn't
You have the
incorporate it that
ambience-
quickly.
Yeah, you have the ambience of the lake there.
Yeah.
I'm working on the flamingos. But
You're not going to steal them from Hialeah, are you?
Well, they
Yeah,
may
but
fly
we do
over.
have some ducks we could move over there.
But yeah, that's just my thoughts, and
No,
I'm happy about it.
We did take it down, but obviously our presentation and plans were
course,
ready to go, but we will look into that.
Of course. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman? No? Councilwoman?
Just very briefly, I believe this is the type of development that the Homestead Park of Commerce needs. So it's very exciting that this is coming, particularly the restaurant component. When I talk to my constituents on the east side in Publix in the bread aisle, they're asking for restaurants, really nice high-end restaurants. So as you contemplate or think about the end user in that bay, in that space, just want to make sure that it's a top-tier fine dining experience with that rooftop element, if possible. So thank you so much for bringing this and presenting it on behalf of your clients. I'm really excited.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you. As we talked in our meeting, I think this is just the evolution of where the Park of Commerce needs to be. This really doesn't stray from what I think was always intended and hoped for there. At one point, just for the casual listener that may not have keyed in on this, the restaurant and the other use are not uses that are not allowed. They're before us so that we can affirmatively approve them. So I wanted the public to be very clear that these are permitted uses with specific council approval. You know, and at first I thought, a restaurant in the Park of Commerce. Then I thought about it. Not only do we have such development across the street, that this is a walkable amenity for a couple of thousand units, literally, or maybe golf carting or
I'll take a
bicycling.
couple thousand. I have a couple clients that'll take that, so
Yeah.
if you're willing to up the density.
No, the existing.
Oh, okay.
770 right across the street, so we're almost to a couple of thousand already. But then thinking through that when the park is built out, there are potentially call centers, billing centers that aren't just working 9 to 5 or 8 to 6, that eatery will be an amenity that the folks who go to work and visit the Park of Commerce will need. So I see that as just a win-win, and I'm looking really forward to that, not only as a community amenity, but as an amenity that's really needed in a fully functional, well-thought-out and well-planned Park of Commerce. And, you know, as some of the other comments, there's been a lot of fits and starts here over the last 30 years, and this is will be a real step forward in the attractiveness of the balance of the park. So,
Thank you, Mayor.
happy to be here and happy to support it. So, I'll ask if there are any public comments. So I'll close the public hearing. And Mr. White, we don't need to take these in any reverse order. We can take them in the order presented? Right, okay. Very good. So I'll ask for a motion to approve tab 6, which is a special exception to approve the self-storage facility. Moved by the councilman from the district, Councilman Fletcher, seconded by Councilwoman Bailey. Let's have a roll call vote on tab 6.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Avila? Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, next is a motion to approve tab 7, which is a special exception approval for the restaurant use on this site.
Move it.
Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by the Vice Mayor, by Councilman Roth. This time, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Fletcher? Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilwoman Avila? Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And tab 8 is the site plan approval. Do we have a motion to approve the site plan, Councilwoman Bailey? Second by Councilman Fletcher. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Yes. Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Avila? Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And finally, tab 8 is the site plan approval.
Tab 9.
Tab
9.
Tab 8?
9. I think we're up to
Okay, tab 9 is the tentative T-plat approval for the entire project. Moved by Councilman Fletcher, second by Councilwoman Bailey. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers?
Yes.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Return some dirt.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Next item, Mr. White, tab 10.
Yes, Mayor. The next item is tab 10. It's a site plan for Leon Medical. Deals with the redevelopment of the movie theater located at Portofino Plaza. However, before we take tab 10, we have to consider tab 14, which is the related item under the legislative matters, which is the second reading of the Portofino Plaza PUD. So I can introduce that, as well as the site plan, collectively discuss, have a public hearing, take a separate vote on the legislative matter, tab 14 first, followed by the site plan.
Let's go in that fashion. Thank you.
So tab 14 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving an amendment to the previously approved Portofino Plaza Planned Unit Development, PUD Master Development Plan, as requested by 2250 Northeast 8th Street LLC, to permit medical office use for the property generally located at 2250 Northeast 8th Street, Homestead, Florida, as legally described in Exhibit A, providing for conflict severability and providing for an effective date. Second and final reading. Tab 10 is the corresponding site plan application. It's a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving an amendment to a previously approved site plan for the redevelopment of a 14-screen movie theater to a 48,999 square foot medical office building on approximately 6.41 acre parcel of land, generally located at 2250 Northeast 8th Street, as legally described in Exhibit A, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cordino.
Yes, sir, thank you. Staff is recommending approval of both the master plan amendment and the site plan amendment. The property is zoned plan unit development with a future land use map of light commercial use. According to policy 2.1 of the city's comprehensive plan, the light commercial use permitted uses include hotel, motel, office, retail, other business uses which will have insignificant nuisance and negative visual characteristics, generate little truck traffic, and generally require frontage locations on major roadways. A medical office, we believe, is consistent with the future land use map. The proposed redevelopment of the property is also in line with the existing uses and will serve as a catalyst for the redevelopment and the future activation of this prominent corridor along 312th Street, which is Campbell Drive. Additionally, the proposed redevelopment will be designed in an effort to meet the general purposes and the intent of the Land Development Code, which will enhance both the functional and the aesthetic elements of the surrounding community. It won't be injurious to the neighborhood, nor will it attract anything adverse to the public welfare. Again, we're recommending approval of the amendment to the previously approved master plan as it's consistent with the city code and the comprehensive plan and the PUD application procedures. We're also recommending approval with conditions of the site plan for the same reasons. The conditions shall be satisfied pursuant to the timeline established. Prior to the issue of the certificate of occupancy, the applicant will coordinate with Miami-Dade County to implement a signal optimization required at the intersection of 312th Street and 162nd Avenue, and that's as a result of the analysis, the traffic analysis that the applicant provided. So with that, we're recommending approval with both.
Thank you, sir. Is the applicant's representative present? Good evening. Welcome back.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Alex Arias, offices at 701 Brickell Avenue, representing the applicant. I'm joined this evening by my colleagues, Hugo Arza, Alessandria San Román, and Daniel Hanlon, as well as members of the Leon Medical Center's executive team, including founder and chairman Benjamin Leon Jr. and president and CEO Albert Mauri. We're all here to answer any questions you may have. I'm also joined by a number of Leon employees who have taken the time to show their support tonight, many of which are city residents. We are excited and grateful to be back before you once again since our first reading back in December after a brief hiatus. As you may recall, at first reading, I provided a detailed presentation speaking about the adaptive reuse of this property into a 49,000 square foot state-of-the-art medical center. I'm fully prepared to provide you with that presentation, but out of respect for your time and to appease any of the Miami Heat fans in the audience, I'd really just like to provide you with a status update from first reading. Firstly, the background behind the 5-month delay that we had from first reading. As a result of the current pump station moratorium in place and out of a preponderance of caution with respect to concurrency, we were instructed and directed to undertake a flow analysis with Miami-Dade County DERM. That process entailed resubmittals, a thorough analysis of our statistics, and I can probably report that we received final approval and sign-off from that department. One of the positives resulting from that interval of time, however, is the fact that we have been informed that the actual pump station updates and work should be completed by the time we actually complete our build-out. Secondly, in anticipation of this next generation facility coming to the city, and in order to begin servicing City of Homestead residents immediately, Leon Medical Centers opened its temporary location just down the road at 1440 Northeast 8th Street, which is currently offering medical services to about 487 enrolled patients. They've also become active and engaged members in the community. They've been involved with organizations such as the Three Virtues Organization, Food and Pantry and Distribution Program, as well as participating in their annual prayer breakfast. We're also honored to be joined here tonight by Dr. Oscar Loinaz. He is the president of Miami-Dade County's Homestead Campus and a key community partner and ally. At this point, we would respectfully request your approval of these application requests, as they'll ultimately serve to provide the city and its residents with first-class medical uses and further contribute to the city's economic prosperity and viability. Thank you for your time, and again, we're here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. I appreciate the update. Before we go forward with any comments or questions from council, I'll ask whether there is any formal opposition present who would like to speak with respect to either of these matters. Okay, council? Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. And seeing that there is no opposition, it's a clear indication that this community wants and is going to embrace Leon Medical Center. I was able to go to Leon's temporary facility when they were having an event, and it was such a great time dancing when they had the music outside. And that facility, even though it's temporary, it was Class A, and the staff there were extremely friendly, extremely helpful. That it looks amazing over there. So I like the adaptive reuse and the way you guys implemented that with that particular building. I think, again, this is another project serving a huge purpose for our community, and knowing that it comes with the executive team and staff and the employees of Leon, it's Class A. So going back to what my colleague, Councilman Fletcher, said, Homestead is finally getting the type of businesses and the style and the aesthetics of the businesses that we want. So I 100% support this project, and I'm glad to embrace the Leon community. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So, as I mentioned in first reading, I had the opportunity to visit Leon Medical Center. I believe the one in was South Miami? Kendall, and Kendall. And it was an amazing experience. One of my concerns that I had mentioned to the administrative team was that diversity component, and they had pledged that they will really work hard to ensure that Leon Medical Center will come in and be inclusive and engaging, particularly to not a base that they've always been appealing to. And from what I have seen, Leon Medical Center has delivered on that. I saw a presence at the Haitian prayer breakfast. I received unsolicited feedback regarding experiences from those who have been at Leon Medical Center, and it was extremely positive. One of the residents commented that the doctors and the staff was very accessible to him and his wife, and that is very important to me. I've also seen that you really want to have your footprint in Homestead. You send out the mailers to invite the community out consistently on Saturdays. I had the opportunity to visit as well. Vice Mayor Guzman was there. They all came out and greeted us. I didn't want any of you to know I was going because I really wanted to get a feel for the experience and the team there, and it was just amazing. Thank you so much for being responsive to the needs of our community. This is definitely a value add, a community benefit, and I am honored to say that El Centro Médico León está aquí. Bienvenido a casa. Welcome
Beautiful.
home.
Thank you.
I won't quite be as eloquent. I'll just say welcome to Homestead again. I appreciate the discussions we've had. One of the things, as before the meeting tonight, we had a short discussion. I met Mr. Leon for the first time, and the excitement about having 500 new patients in this facility in Homestead alone. That's at their temporary facility, not even including the new facility. Look forward to possible expansion in the future, but looking forward to another great amenity for the city of Homestead. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor. I too had a phenomenal experience going into Leon Medical Center in Kendall. I have done, I've attended several site visits, all announced, and I can tell you that I walked through Leon Medical Center wiping my finger on surfaces and not a speck of dust. And you can ask Hugo. I've told some of his developers, you need to change your maintenance company here. because it's one of those things where you have a level or standard of support and a standard for your patients and your clients and for Homestead. It's one of those businesses that you want to keep here and you want to keep inviting more to come and follow. So I am very happy to support this item. I want to thank you for providing quality jobs to our community, quality service to our residents. I am very much appreciative of the comments of Councilwoman Patricia Fairclough-Staggers. I too received unsolicited recommendations for approval for this item. And so it shows that Leon Medical Center is involved. And one thing I do want to ask is that if possible, if you can beef up the landscaping a little bit on this. I don't know if that's in your control or not, but if you can, that will just help to enhance the beauty that will be this mega facility on Campbell Drive. So thank you very much.
Certainly proposal to enhance the landscaping as you see it today. So that's definitely.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Roth?
Most everything's been said, right? Welcome to the City of Homestead. Thank you for investing in our city, in our people, in our community. I do look forward to more collaboration with other organizations inside the City of Homestead that would benefit from the relationship with Leon Medical. With that, welcome. Thank you. We look forward to your grand opening. Thank you, Mayor.
And Councilwoman Bailey.
Thank you, Mayor. As I mentioned before, that movie theater was near and dear to me, so I was really sad, and it took me a while to wrap my head around seeing something else there. But again, just having those very special services for our residents and especially our seniors is wonderful. So welcome, and thank you.
And just to piggyback on, as we were all kind of mourning the loss of the movie theater that we waited so diligently for 20 years ago, but, you know, nothing's forever, and a lot of things out of our control in the last 3 years. So, you know, again, I want to commend on this great reuse, the sprucing up of this building. I know that building was a hard sell, very unique, and so I want to compliment that reuse. And I just want to thank all of you all for being here to support that and signal, you know, your wishes to us. I know that, you know, in the Leon Medical, you all are family to each other, but in Homestead, we're all family. So to all of my cousins in the audience, welcome to the Homestead family. I look forward to what you're going to do there, not only for our residents and our jobs base and our tax base, but just being a great community partner and an outstanding amenity in this community. So I'm glad we got to this point tonight. I regret that it took that long. I don't think it was anything we did or didn't do.
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
Con mucho permiso. ¿Y la bandera americana dónde está?
Estar al frente, right at the front.
Right at the front? No problem with an American flag on the property site? No problem, okay.
Never had a problem with it.
Excellent, thank you very much. Okay.
So that'll just be standard in the site plan review from here on out. But we are all anxiously looking forward to that renovation and the ribbon cutting on that building. And again, anything we can do, you know, from the top executive team to any one of you, know we are here. We are all accessible here, all ears, all eyes, and we need you to help us be our eyes and ears in the community as well, with the hundreds of people that you potentially see every day. So with that, do we have a motion to approve? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Councilwoman Fairclough-Staggers, and this would be on tab 14 first. Mr. White? Okay, so this is a motion and a second to approve tab 14. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Bailey? Councilwoman Avila? Councilwoman Fairclough-Staggers?
Yes.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And then tab 10, the site plan amendment. Yep. Moved by Councilwoman Bailey, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Fletcher? Yes. Councilwoman Fairclough-Staggers? Yes. Councilwoman Bailey? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Lawson?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
As I told Mr. Arza, go turn some dirt. Go break down some walls. You all don't know how nice it is to get applause for approving projects. Thank you. All right. Thank you all. Yeah. You can come back anytime. We'll have dinner. Give us applause. All right. Mr. Is this you, Mr. White, or you, Mr. Pearl?
Tab 15 is me, Mr. Mayor. Tab 15 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the budget for the Community Redevelopment Agency Fund for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023 by increasing the total budgeted revenues and expenditures by $4.5 million, providing for severability and an effective date.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mayor.
Kicked
Thank you,
off.
Mayor. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached ordinance to amend the adopted budget of the Community Redevelopment Fund by $4,500,000 to account for the proceeds of the debt and to appropriate the use of these funds. Just a reminder, this is for the $4.5 million.
Let's just wait until the politicking's over. When they return to the dais to do what they're here to do, we'll continue. All right. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a reminder, this is for the $4.5 million loan the CRA was able to acquire from the county to go ahead and purchase the Edison building. This is second reading.
Good, thank you. Any public comment on this item? We have a motion to approve the budget amendment with respect to the loan on tab 15. Moved by Councilwoman Bailey, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilwoman Avila? Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers?
Yes.
Councilman Roth? Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Mayor Lawson?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. And Mr. Pearl, resolution on tab 16.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Tab 16 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the identification of a Children's Initiative Zone in the City of Homestead, the boundaries of Northwest 9th Court on the north, South Dixie Highway on the east, Southwest 187th Avenue on the west, and Southwest 8th Street on the south, and authorizing and approving efforts to develop and obtain state recognition for the creation of the Homestead Children's Initiative Zone and Master Plan in order to improve the quality of life of residents living within the identified Children's Initiative Zone, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. The Homestead Police Department and SOS are interested in joining in partnership with community-based agencies to apply for a State of Florida Ounce of Prevention Children's Designated Zone. A Children's Initiative designation is a neighborhood/community in Florida where the infrastructure and opportunities that middle-class communities take for granted are non-existent or so marginal that they are ineffective. The process of applying for the Children's Zone designation is to identify an area within the city that chronically exhibits extreme unacceptable levels of poverty, unemployment, physical deterioration, limited access to quality education, health care, and social services. Realizing that the CRA works towards revitalizing and providing access for opportunities to residents in order to improve the quality of life within the CRA, we are looking at the CRA area as the designated Homestead Children's Initiative Zone. Submitting a designation application for this area would enhance the CRA's mission, and it would also enhance the police department and SOS's collaboration in reducing crime by addressing root causes through social services prevention and interventions and crime prevention initiatives. In order to begin the process for applying for the Homestead Children's Initiative designation, it is required that we request a resolution be adopted by the governing body of the City of Homestead. This resolution identifies the designation zone's boundary, determines the application to be designated zone would be benefit to the residents living within the zone through the rehabilitation of the area to include the health, wellness, education, and living conditions and the livelihoods of the children and families that live within the designated area. Furthermore, determines that the revitalization of the area can occur only if the state and private sector invest resources to improve infrastructure and provisions of services. The city will not be fiscally impacted by this initiative as there will be no fiscal commitment. The city would be supporting a planning team that would develop a plan that identifies the priorities and resources needed in order to improve the quality of life for those living within the City of Homestead zone designated area. There would be a budget created for the implementation of the resources, which would be submitted to the State of Florida, Onset Prevention Fund, and private sector for funding. Once the plan has been adopted or developed, it will be brought back to Mayor and Council for approval prior to submitting to Homestead Children's Designation Zone to the State of Florida Onset Prevention Fund. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution to authorize and approve efforts to develop the creation of a designation and plan for the Homestead Children's Initiative Zone. And Sandy Nanny's here to answer any questions you all may have.
Thank you. Initial questions or comments from council? Seems like a no-brainer. Perfect fit for the CRA boundaries, and we're going to have more than one crack at it again, but it just opens that door for an opportunity for more funding. All right, so
Move it.
moved by Councilwoman Bailey, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. Before we do that, is there anyone wishing to speak on this matter? None appearing, I'll close the public hearing and ask for a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey,
SOS, Alicia, thank you guys. Lisa, thank you. Yes, yes, yes.
Councilwoman Avila,
Absolutely. Thank you.
Councilman Fletcher,
Yes.
Councilman Wrong,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Guzman,
Yes.
Mayor Losner.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. That concludes the legislative portion of the agenda. Mr. Manager, is there anything further?
Yes, Mayor, the game starts in 7 minutes. The game starts in 7 minutes.
Okay. Mr. Attorney? Are there any objections from council to waiving any of our reports tonight? Is there anything that can't wait?
No, I do. I have something really quick that I would like to bring up.
Go ahead.
In terms of the permitting, and this is for Mr. Cordino, maybe you can give us some direction here. We're trying to enhance the image that Homestead has when it comes to the building department working with residents. Sometimes there are people that have permits and they pass their inspections and then they submit plans and they get their plans approved, and then in passing when an inspector comes, they may see an aluminum roof attached to the house. And even though their plans may get approved and ready for permit, everything stops and it creates, it stalls the process. So is there discretion or a way that we can allow residents to get a permit and hold the CO while they simultaneously, legalize the terrace at the same time? That would show good faith on behalf of the building department if they have that discretion to allow somebody to continue to work. But again, they won't get a CO until they legalize whatever other issues they may have.
Vice Mayor, before Joe answers, I've been talking to Matt about this in this particular situation. This is the standard that Linda's been using since forever. There is an alternative if the applicant is willing to allow code to come in and cite the violation, so it could be tracked, and then Linda can move forward with the additional work that she wants to do for the additional permit, right? The only issue there, and Matt, you could jump in if you want to, it kicks off a 30-day clock for them to correct the initial non-approved work that they
Or at least get started, because you got to get architectural plans or an as-built that shows how it's been connected. So I mean, at least if it's started and there's progress, at least we don't hold them from doing a guest house when they've already had their architects and they've paid a lot of money to get those plans. All they want to do is start because they've got a plan in place, but then they get derailed because an inspector came and saw a covered roof. You know, so are we on the same page that we will allow these?
If they're willing to allow the code officer to come in and cite them for the unpermitted work that was done prior, that way it's tracked by code enforcement.
Have already been cited.
Oh, okay.
Or they've already been advised that they need to legalize the terrace.
Yes.
Again,
They
what
hadn't
I'm
been
trying
cited
what I'm
if-
trying to do is to get residents of Homestead to say, at least the city is working with us. They're not just completely derailing and saying, stop whatever you've already done and get all of this legalized before we can let you move forward on that project.
Like the manager said, yeah, I think we can do that if we can get them into the remediation process through the code. So evidently what's happened is a building inspector went out there and saw an illegal, unpermitted structure, and they, at that point in time, it's appropriate to freeze everything and get them legalized. What we've learned in the past is that a lot of times when the building department does that and would say, okay, take your time or whatever, we won't give you the CO, no action is taken. I think what we're saying here is that once they've got a code violation against them, then they're compelled to action. The building department can step out of it, code enforcement takes over, and it can go through the process. And if they decide to not act, which I would suggest happens 98% of the time, that they would then, be subject to violations and fines and those types of things. In those cases, I think that the building official would be comfortable with that. I wouldn't think it would be appropriate to turn a blind eye to an unpermitted structure in a facility. I don't think that makes the city better, and I think it sets a bad example for everybody in Homestead. Almost incentivizes doing things without permits, which is not going to help the health, safety, and welfare of the community.
Okay, so if they allow code to go out there and cite them and it's tracked, then they can proceed.
Linda, the building official, will then work with the homeowner to move the other permitted work move forward.
Excellent.
But what's the end game? Let's go back to this problem that it's a homesteaded property, and we cannot lien the property. Is our means of enforcement not issuing a CO for the addition or the new work that's being done? And then what's our remedy there on a homesteaded property?
Well, number one, I don't know if it's a homesteaded property or not at this point.
But it could be. Let's not talk about a
Yes.
specific project. Let's don't do spot zoning here. Let's talk about
Right.
big picture. This is not a one-off, I'm sure. So, what's the end game for ensuring and enforcing?
Well, if they go, you have two paths that we discussed. One is they can permit the whole thing together, whatever the new work wants to do, that they want to accomplish, as well as the remedial work. If they did it that way, it would all be done under a single umbrella. If they bifurcate it and choose to go the code route, then what ends up happening is you end up with liens, which, to your point, I understand the homesteaded property issue, but one of the concerns is if you don't have something tracking this and they complete the new work that they want to without the remediation, if they go to sell the property, an unsuspecting buyer will come to the city, they'll ask for an estoppel letter, and there will be nothing there. And it will be the next person who purchases the property who may end up with that violation for work that it had nothing to do with them. So it's protecting the people who are moving this community to ensure that there's some mechanism tracking these issues and ensuring compliance, because if somebody were to come with an estoppel letter and you had the open code violations, that's something that would need to be remedied before the lender was going to allow them to close. So you have the dual tracks to do this, but there should be something in place to ensure that that remediation does get done. And the building official is comfortable with opening the code violations so that the situation I reference does not arise in the future.
But if you
Otherwise, she holds it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you bifurcate it,
Yes.
it could be years before the original violation is remedied.
It
If they
could-
ignore
and-
us.
And they could accumulate fines that
They
run
could
in
accumulate hundreds of
perpetuity.
thousands of dollars worth of fines.
Yes.
And it's only gonna come up when someone in the future asks for that lien letter in connection with a purchase. Right?
We wouldn't issue a certificate.
Linda said she would have to issue the CO because the permit would be issued for work. So that's a gray, so I can't say the issue of withholding the CO is one that needs to be looked at a little bit closer. I don't think we have a
Yes.
concrete answer on that.
And
And
Mayor,
not to
I don't
belabor
think
the
that
point, but it sounds
I'm
like,
skeptical because the permit would be issued for specific work, and if it was completed correctly, that's where I think we have an issue.
Okay.
So that's where we run into some issues with that tract. And so we can take a closer look at that piece, but this is the way this has been treated.
And Mayor-
One path or the other.
And Mayor, staff has been working with legal, kind of working through this one right now. So we haven't come to a final solution of anything. We're still going back and forth on this one.
And by the way, the resident over in Westbury, they're okay with signing hold harmless or any sort of letter agreeing to withholding the CO, only because they want to show in good faith that they're going to, legalize the aluminum terrace, but they've got to get plans for it.
all right, so staff's working on it.
Well, no, again, it's working because these are not our regulations when it comes to dealing with the CO. These are Florida Building Code issues that, have certain trigger points when inspections are completed and things are done where the issuance is wrote at that point. So we're looking to see if there's a mechanism in that area. It's not something that we control internally. It's not a city code requirement. This is a Florida Building Code issue. So I spent some time with our building official this afternoon and the manager talking about this very issue. We're going to see what we can come up with. These are the two tracks that the city has followed to date.
You heard what our manager said. This is the way it's been done for many, many, many years.
Yes.
And that is what's gotten us the reputation that it's difficult to do business in Homestead. All we want to do is kind of meet the residents halfway a little bit. Say, hey, in good faith, we're going to move this, move that.
I don't think it's done any differently anywhere else. And I don't know of any community that would allow a project to continue with when they find unpermitted work, because there's no enforcement mechanism. It's, again, when you issue a permit and then the applicant does the work and it gets approved, you're compelled to approve that piece of work. It's separate and apart from the illegal work that the applicant had done that is unregistered somewhere else. So I don't think it's a matter of being friendly at all. It's just a matter of enforcing the rules that we have. And, my experience has been that any time you give that applicant a break like that, without going to perhaps code enforcement to codify the violation and put some type of penalty on it, they're simply not going to fix it. And they're going to push the problem to somewhere else. Then they have got their approval, and then the city's got no tool to go back in there and remedy. And remember, the applicant, for whatever reason, did unpermitted work, which is not safe. I mean, to the extent, exactly what it is. You're building a roof that's unpermitted. I would suggest you needed to have it permitted. It's not good to let that go.
I have a question, if I may, Mayor. Thank you.
Certainly.
So, throughout the county, there are other cities and municipalities that probably are facing or have faced, without calling any individual cities out, this problem where illegal whatevers have been put on a property, the property gets sold maybe multiple times. And then finally somebody wants to do an addition or something else to the property, and the inspector comes out and says, well, wait a minute, this is on the books as a 2-bedroom, and it's a 4-bedroom now. And then they got to go undo everything they did or reapply for, structural permits and all these different things. So maybe we should reach out to some of those municipalities that have done that or are facing that and ask them, what are you doing? I mean, part of it is something we can't control. That you've already said that. And it's very frustrating that, maybe this person did build, and I'm not aware of this situation, but maybe this homeowner did do what they weren't supposed to do, or maybe they bought something they weren't aware of that was done, and now they're doing something else, and they're doing it the right way, and then they get caught this way. So I sympathize with people who get themselves in that position. It happens probably every day in Miami-Dade County, where you buy something, you think it's all legal, nobody discloses anything to you. Next thing you know, you're going down, you want to put a pool in, but where did this screen enclosure come from? Where did that extra shed come from? Where did that come from? And then all of a sudden, you have this whole can of worms, right? And to me, it's very frustrating to somebody who's trying to do the right thing runs across this problem that they weren't aware of, and then, should they go talk to their title company? Who do they talk to at this point? They've got this big problem. So somebody has solved this problem along the way, and maybe we don't need to solve it. We need to copy what they've done to correct it. I don't know that simply, and I think tracking the violation is a good way to hold somebody accountable to the improvements they want to make to their property. So, I'm okay with the code enforcement thing, going in, citing them, letting them, putting it on the record that you have this too. It's not going to change much of what they're living in right now, except for when they go down the road to sell the property, then they have another problem. I bought a property after Hurricane Andrew, maybe 3 or 4 years after Hurricane Andrew back in the 90s, and that thing came with like 6 or 7 open permits. I just said close. Close on it, I'll take care of the permits. I'll take care of it. So a year later, I sell the house. Oh, man, I forgot about all those permits. And guess what I had to do? I had to close all those permits out. We had to track down all the contractors. We had to reopen the permits for re-inspections. And we had to go through this whole process. But it was done. It's a headache, but it happens. So I don't know what the true answer is, but I think if we reach out, have staff reach out to other municipalities, find out what they're doing. We can't go around Florida building codes. There's nothing we can do about that. And that's the same frustration we have with change of use down here, right? Change of use is a huge, huge obstacle when it comes to the state's building code, right? So, and that's another avenue, Vice Mayor, that gives us that perception that the city is, holding up or hard to deal with. And I agree with you that we need to change that perception, but we have to do it in a way that everyone understands that we're trying to comply with county and state regulations, and the majority of those are for structural integrity and safety, right? So I get all that. What I don't get is when a business owner comes in, has to go through a change of use, and they got to go through all these other things. They got to go through DERM. They got to go through wastewater measurements. Is your business compatible with what it was there before? And all these different things that make it nearly impossible for a business owner to open a business. So as I appreciate that conversation, there's a bigger picture to solve, right? It's not just one guy who lives in one specific neighborhood. It's the categoric problem that we face as electeds up here, that the perception of the city is it's hard to do business with. And I think anybody that comes to me with a problem, we can usually come to the table with Joe's group, city manager, and things get worked out so it's done the right way, so that everybody has the stakes put on the table. I know what I'm supposed to do. They know what they're supposed to do. Development Services knows what they're supposed to do. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. There's no more confusion. And I can go on and go on and go on about this process because it goes back to when we talked about having a liaison in development services, right? A liaison to help people walk through whatever process they need to walk through. And we don't have that yet either. So we're a city of 80,000 strong. We saw tonight that people are excited about coming to our city and building here. For the first time, it wasn't a development of residential properties. It was amenities that were going to take care of people in our city. And I think we collectively as a group can get to that point with willpower and with knowledge, right? We got to know what we're up against so we can plan to fix it. We all want to solve the problem. We want to have the perception changed. And we've battled with this for years now. And it just hasn't happened yet. So thank you for allowing me to speak. I didn't want to go that far into it, but I just think we have to be able to track the problems. I just don't know what else. I mean, I know the guy got, whatever, he's got an issue to deal with. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately he's got to deal with it.
All right, thank you, Councilman Roth. Matt, do you have an ETA or what you think you'd get back to us on how to move that forward?
Yeah, I'll get with the city manager by the end of the week. And
Let us know.
we'll figure out what options are available.
All right, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have a few items. I wanted to just give a couple shout outs to our local civic clubs, the Rotary Sir Optimist, the GFWC Women's Club. We've been attending installations and attending different events, and we have such a great fabric of civic engagement, which I think is bar none comparable to others. So I did want to announce the Kiwanis Dolphin Days Fishing Tournament. It is the one and only fundraiser for the foundation of the Homestead Kiwanis Club, and I want to thank Mayor and Council for your ongoing support of that event, which is what funds the projects that the Kiwanis organization does in our community. Specifically, scholarships, we will be donating $16,000 in scholarships to students, local students here in Homestead, and that'll be happening May 30th. You're all welcome to attend that luncheon. Just let me know so I can put you on the list. And I want to congratulate our graduating seniors in our community. I want to give kudos to our homeschooling parents. I know what you're feeling right now because I'm a homeschool mom for at least another 2-3 weeks. And just, special needs parents, my heart is out with you as well. I wanted to ask our manager's office, do we have like a list of summer camp programs that are going to be ongoing in the city and utilizing our facilities? And if we don't have a list, can we compile a list and make it like a one-page info flyer that we can, put out there? Because I am seeing and receiving questions about that.
Absolutely, we could compile something, yes.
Perfect, thank you. I also received an inquiry regarding the artisan market that's been going on at the pavilion at Harris Field. And so they were inquiring about some ways that our departments can assist them. So I will forward you that email, and if you can, see what you can do to look into it. I know that market is engaging multiple small businesses. They are not working under a nonprofit status, so I know that kind of ties our hands a little bit, but it is meeting a need, and it is definitely supporting the mission of trying to keep our farming community involved. So I appreciate whatever you guys can do. And I wanted to also announce that I am working with our city manager's office on coordinating a sunshine meeting, a workshop with our faith-based leaders in our community to discuss some of the common challenges they have with opening churches in our city. They get a lot of, cross-information, whether it's just non-disclosure from property owners on what type of uses their properties are zoned for, and then having to jump into CUs and trying to hold assemblies. And so you can imagine the gauntlet that they're going through with development services, not to, piggyback on the issues, but these are conversations that I think that if we give them some education on what the best approach is on identifying a proper property and what the best way to streamline applications would be, that would help it would help get these businesses open and these parishes open. It's also, the purpose is also to discuss the vision of churches and what role they play in our downtown. So we've been talking about our vision for downtown in general, and so how do churches plug in? Because if you have a church, you can't really have the nightlife we're looking at nearby, or I believe there's some kind of code constraints there. So discussing that and the possibility of establishing a faith-based board or a faith-based office in our downtown to help bridge our visions as a part of a solution. So just some discussion items, and do we have a date set yet? Because I know that also includes the development services.
We were trying to coordinate with Jasmine to see when you're available, right? And once again, when Linda's going to be available as well.
Right, so our month is extremely busy. I know I'm very busy as well. So if whatever date we come up with, we'll want as many people at the table as possible from mayor and council offices to be there. So if you can't make it, just please let me know what date you prefer so I can try to accommodate my schedule too. Okay? And I think that's it. Thank you.
Council, any further? Motion to adjourn, moved by Councilman Roth, second by Councilman Fletcher. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you all. Good night.